Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Zebu Nation. We're back with FC Cincinnati in the 2021 MLS regular season, and today we have for you the final episode, the last two games of the regular season before we get into, the time of year that everybody loves, the playoffs, and hopefully we're going to win some more championships this year. And in honesty, we are one victory away from clinching the Supporters Shield Championship. As you can see here, we're also one victory away from clinching the Eastern Conference. We've already qualified for the second round of the playoffs. We're 4 points up of NYCFC, so one victory here, and we are clinched for the championship in the regular season. That's what we're looking for. New York City, meanwhile, with a victory, they can clinch second place in the Eastern Conference. Everybody else is sort of in the spot they're going to be. I mean, Philadelphia and DC could swap positions. New England could move up as high as fourth, but they also have yet to clinch their playoff position. So with a win here today, they could do that and knock the rest of the Eastern Conference out of the playoffs. Really, only Chicago has the barest chance of getting into that sixth position in the Eastern Conference. So playoff positions are almost locked. In the Western Conference, Seattle has pretty much sewn up the West. They are 6 points up on Houston, so technically if they lose their last two, so they just need a draw in their last two, and they have secured the Western Conference. Houston and LAFC are kind of in a dogfight for second place. Houston has 2 points up on LA. San Jose is kind of in the running at 50 points. Colorado, probably not a chance at 47. LA Galaxy, though, in the running for the sixth and final playoff position. They've got Real Salt Lake and FC Dallas nipping at their heels, so that's the real dogfight coming down to the last two games, is who's going to get that final playoff spot in the West. So let's see today's games. LA Galaxy has another trial of a game versus Atlanta United, third in the East. That doesn't bode well for the Galaxy. Meanwhile, Cincinnati and New England is a big matchup. New England, as you saw, also sort of scrapping for that sixth place, so they could really use a win. And as I mentioned, we also need a win in Cincinnati. FC Dallas playing Columbus, so that's a winnable game for them. Let's see, where is RSL playing Sporting Kansas City, 7th place versus 9th place. So Sporting KC could play spoiler, but RSL, that is another winnable game. So we got some interesting matchups this week. Have there been much in the way of club news? I don't think so. Denner has resumed full training. Coming back from that injury. We'll see how much we need him or don't. Team of the week was announced. We had De Vries. Speaking of left wing, De Vries did come back from injury and played pretty well. Got on the team of the week, so that's outstanding. Przybylko, not a lot else really happened over the weekend. There were several players who played in international games, including Saint-Duc. He had 2 goals in one of their matches and an assist, 9.1 rating. So he played very well for Haiti. And take a look at our international players. Stefan, USA won 4-2 over Trinidad Tobago. Saint-Duc and Haiti, 5-0 over St. Lucia. I don't know, one of them, their islands. Przybylko, Poland lost 2-1 to Russia. Przybylko subbed on in the 17th minute. Okay, that was fine. Nuhu played Cameroon, lost to Egypt in some sort of World Cup qualifying. Okay, so the Africa is already into their World Cup qualifying. And Richie Salvador played for the under-23s versus Saudi Arabia. I really believe that was just a friendly. That was a friendly in Toyota Stadium, Frisco, Texas. One of the traditional sites for these kind of things. Anyway, that's the international roundup. Everybody getting ready for the various international competitions. Actually, I was kind of curious about where did it go? Where did the USA go? I was kind of curious about this Nations League. So USA did qualify for the next stage. Is there any way we can look at the stages for this thing? All groups, matches, groups. There we go. Group. Nope. I want stages. There. Apparently, we can't look at the stages. I don't want to waste too much time on this. Anyway, North American Nations League qualifying section. That's World Cup. Anyway, it's going on. USA is qualified for the next round, whatever that next round is. Who knows? Let's get to our game this week. Cincinnati versus New England. Got a fairly good bench this week. Przybylko, Crispum, St. Duke, Alashi, Glad, Clute, and Stefan on the bench coming back from international duty. We're going to keep him on the bench and submit our team. Get ready for the matchups. We missed the pre-match. The primer. Anyway, we're all discombobulated here. I wanted to take a look at our opponent today. They got Turner in goal, Lopez, Janino, Ford, Villafara, Hairston, Caldwell, team captain, 35 appearances, Scott Caldwell, Bunbury on the left flank, Rowe, Keschwetter, leading goal scorer, 13 goals, 36 starts, playing pretty well, 8 assists as well. And Ochoa, Will Ochoa, up top, 8 goals, only 7 starts. 24-year-old target man from Ocean City, drafted in the Super Draft in 2019. Played 34 games for New York Red Bull 2 last year on loan, 16 goals. So he's finally getting his start with the first team and playing pretty decently. 6 goals, 7.04 rating. What else is New England up to these days? Take a look at their registration. $3.95 million spent. 27 players on the roster. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good roster. Nice full roster. None of this, 18 players business. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Lots of 4-star, 2.5-star, 3-star guys. Little bit thin up front here. Bunbury's starting to get a little old. 31 years old now. He's losing a step a little bit. Still good physically. Still very average mentally and technically. We saw Ochoa, the rookie's not very match fit, so we got to worry about him. What did I want to look at? Overview of New England. We don't look at New England very often, so we should probably look at them a little bit more. Brad Friedel, still hanging in there as the coach. Caldwell's the captain. Bunbury's vice captain now. Janino is their key player. 26-year-old central defender. He looks pretty good. Decent physicals. Very average mentals, but not really a lot of holes in his game other than determination. Decent technicals, 13 tackling, 14 marking, 13 heading, 12 first touch. He's got some passing, so he's a guy who can do a little bit out of central defense, but he's still a very solid defender, so that's fine. Brad Friedel has been with New England since 2017. He was the USA coach. He is the USA coach. 2016 until now is this True or no, he's just a coach. He's not the head coach. All right. So he's like, goalkeeper coach or something for Team USA. Anyway, he's been around the league. Brad Friedel. Not much has changed. It's a lot of continuity going on there in New England. His ability as a coach has improved somewhat over the years. His man management and motivating are very good. Adaptability, determination. I mean, these mental stats are probably some of the best in MLS as far as coaches go. Judging player ability is very average. His technical, his attacking, defending, all that stuff, also very average. But I guess he gets it done with personality. All right. Let's get to the match. We've got Hudson in goal. Stevenson, Wilson, Richards, Blackman, Philippe, Akechi, DeVries, Acosta, Sonora, and Adi back in the playing group up top. So we finally have some strikers back. We don't have to go with the strikerless formation. We'll be able to play, more of our traditional game, even though, we do have the strikerless formation as an option now should we need it, which hopefully we don't. All right. Kellen Rowe, let's close down on you a little bit. Everybody else, we could probably press Bunbury as well. I think he's a pressable dude. We should maybe press Keschwetter as well since he's their leading assist man. Put some pressure on him. Pressure on the ball is always good. Send the assistant. Been very media unfriendly with this save. Usually, I try to talk to the media and keep a very media-friendly presence, but with FC Cincinnati, I've just sort of sent the assistant coach to do everything media-wise just because I don't want to really bother with that on camera. It's hurt my ratings a little bit as a coach, but, got to do what you got to do sometime. 7 minutes down, not a lot happening. We got 2 shots, 2 on target. Going down the right-hand side, playing through Sonora as we probably should. It's halftime of the Elite Eight for the NCAA tournament. Got that on in the background. Try not to get too distracted. It's probably good that it's halftime, then I won't get too distracted. There's just a lot of sports going on right now. MLS took a little bit of a break last week, but this week they're back in full, and I don't know how many games I'm going to be able to watch because there's so much else going on with the NCAA tournament. It's going to be difficult. There's also, I saw a little bit of Premier League this morning. Saw my local team play a game, as you heard last episode. Here's Akechi. What a free kick. He looped that one in there, over the wall, under the bar, past the keeper for Akechi's 10th goal of the season. Watch this sucker just loop in there. Keeper just couldn't make the dive. I guess he's got to work on his aerial reach here. Matt Turner, he does have 15 aerial reach. I mean, he's a pretty good-looking goalkeeper, honestly. Only 13 agility, 13 jumping reach, but still, here's Rowe trying to return the favor. Can't do it. Sends it wide. It looked like Hudson was there, but you can never tell these days with keepers. Whenever they have to jump at anything, they sort of hit invisible walls. But I guess they gotta depict goals somehow. They can't have the keepers just stop everything. Decent amount of shots. They're coming from long range. Yeah, that's fine. Stevenson's been booked, so we'll probably want to tell him to ease off at some point. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. Let's go to our tactics. And I don't know that we want to lay off just yet. With a 1-goal lead, I think we can still attack. So let's just go to the dressing room. Nobody's injured. Nobody's playing particularly poorly, although Stevenson, I guess, could be a liability there. 6.5 rating and a yellow card, so he might get subbed out. Actually, nobody's playing very well at all. Let's guard against complacency. There we go. They're listening now. They're playing as a team. We are gelling at the right time of the season. That's what you want. Here's DeVries. on the opening kickoff. Out wide to Stevenson on the overlap. His cross is deflected. Wilson back to DeVries. This highlight keeps going. Normally this is the kind of highlight that would just end, but I guess not. Philippe tries one forward. Sonora can't get there. Lopez with a diving header sends the ball out. And there ends the highlight. All right. Here we go. Akechi with another free kick. Oh, Wilson is going to... Wow, what a stop by Turner. Turner showing his quality there. Wilson had an easy tap-in goal, but the reflexes. Wow. There's Sonora heading one over. Right now, Turner is under siege, but he is holding up. Just let in that one free kick. That should really be 2 right now. They are anxious and nervous because of the quality chances we're getting. Looks like they're trying to hit early crosses. Let's see if... Do we have that... Adi's made a lot of mistakes today. Stevenson, yeah, ease off tackles, my man. Looks like a corner here for New England. Gonna try to even it up. Getting close to the 60-minute point. Caldwell sends one in. Ochoa. I thought he was going to get fouled there for a second. But no. Keschweder. Oh, good stop by Hudson. Keschweder on the doorstep is denied. All right. 60-minute point. We're going to make some subs here. Going to bring in Klute for Stevenson. Get that yellow card out of there. Bring in Przbilko for Adi. And then we're going to yell at everybody. Here we go. Throw in Blackman to Sonora. Back to Blackman. He's going to send it for... There's Przbilko with a header over the crossbar. All right. Shout. Let's concentrate. How about that? Ketchy overwhelmed. Sonora nervous. DeVries motivated. Blackman, Richards motivated. Philippe is booked. Tell him to ease off tackles. Here's DeVries now with the free kick. He's taking the long free kick. Sends it in. Acosta fouled. That'll be a penalty kick. Referee's going to the video review. Let's see what we got here, boys. Let's see what we got. All right. VAR says award the penalty. Okay. Push on Acosta by Bunbury. Big guy out of control. Here we are. Akechi's going to take it. Can he get his 11th? He does. 11th goal of the season for Akechi. Hasn't quite caught up to what he scored last season, but he's still got a few games left. Hopefully a lengthy playoff run as well. Boom, and there we go. Scored quite a few from the penalty this season. Oh, here we go. Another highlight. 71 minutes. Costa wins the header. Philippe has it to Akechi. Cross field to DeVries. Great pass to DeVries. Centers in. Przbilko with the header just wide. Okay, team instructions. Now I think we can sort of, do our thing. And drop back a little bit. All right. They've looked to start to play with more width. All right, good for them, but we don't care. Here we go. Klute with the throw-in. Gets it to Acosta. Around his man. Przbilko double covered. He fights his way through and scores off the rebound. 17th goal of the season. He's wanted more playing time. He might get it. We might have to start him over Adi in the playoffs. Przbilko wins the header. He's a physical force. in the middle of the field. He's just not as technical as Adi. 10 finishing, 9 composure, only 12 heading. But man, oh boy, there he is. He hears me talking about him. His ears are burning, and he scores his 18th of the season. We're going to have to see this replay because I was blabbing. Akechi, corner, Przybylko just rises up. It says, take that. Yeah, I was about to say something else, but I will hold off. Philippe with a yellow card, 83 minutes. We'll bring Alashi in. Get that yellow card out for a third substitution. And we should now cruise to victory 4-0 over New England. Viafara with a yellow card. Oh, look at their defense. That is like the worst I've seen in a long time. 3 defenders in the red. Viafara, Ford. Ouch. Rowe with a free kick. Hudson with a stop. Bunbury on the doorstep. Oh, hello, please clear it. Thank you. Really needed that clearance. Trying to keep our clean sheet here, boys. Here we go. His Holiness is going to send it in. The Pontiff. Lopez taking wild shots at the moment. Who is this guy? Wholeness. Okay. Isn't that the bad guy in The Postman? That Kevin Costner movie? Anyway, Przybylko sends one forward. De Vries on the run, trying to get a 5th late goal. Is that possible? No. The ref's going to mercifully blow the whistle. In the rain, the fans are going wild. Predicted a draw, and you were very, very wrong. Alicia Buchek. Yeah, from goal.com. Get out of here. Good win, boys. Well done. That clinches the supporter shield, or at least it should. Let's check out the news wire. Cincinnati demolish New England in Eastern Conference encounter. Cincinnati wins the supporter shield 4-1. Is our pivotal match over Sporting KC. Despite being considered among the leading contenders to win the Supporters' Shield, head coach Zebu Nation has deservedly received plaudits for guiding the orange and blue to title glory. Cincinnati have notched 3 straight league wins, and the title contenders occupy first place in MLS. Nation lifted MLS Cup with Cincinnati in 2020 and now adds further success to a growing list of honors. Indeed, New England secured their playoff spot regardless of that loss. Hey, Zebu Nation enters the USA Coaching Hall of Fame after winning the Supporters' Shield. So we got a US Cup and a not a US Cup, a MLS Cup and a Supporters' Shield, and we're in the Hall of Fame. That's all it takes. That's it. 2 measly championships, and we're in. Where is this Hall of Fame? Landmarks, head coaches. No. I think I saw it before. Where did I see this before? It's like... Anyway, we're in the Hall of Fame. Hooray. Not to sound blasé about it, but I expected it. Anyway, send the assistant to the press conference. That's how we're going to big time the press now. Say, we're Hall of Famers. We don't need to talk to you. Not that we talk to you much anyway. All right. Happy? Yes. We're all happy with the Supporters' Shield win. Philadelphia won it last season? I don't remember that. That seems strange. Anyway, Akechi was stellar. 2 goals and an assist, 9.4 rating. He did, get some help from his teammates thanks to those penalty kicks. But still, he converted. All right. So that's it. I don't think we even really need to show this Portland game. There's not much happening in the last week of the season. We may even rest a bunch of players if that's possible. Portland is nowhere near the playoff race. We have secured everything. I think, we can take a quick look at some league ending stats here, even though there's still one game to go. We are second place in goals going into that final position. Sixth in headers. Nowhere near anything in possession. Montreal is number 1 in possession, as they have been all season. Most tackles, look at that. We've slowly crept up. Each time we looked at this, we were higher and higher on the list. Now we're number 1, 89% of our tackles. We got some very good tackling players in there. Least concessions. Look at that. Our goal differential has gone to 1 per game. 33 matches, 32 allowed, less than 1 a game. So, that's outstanding. A great turnaround from the beginning of the season, that's for sure. Most shutouts, first in the league with 14 shutouts. Most fouls, 8th in the league. Passes nowhere near. Crosses completed, 6th. We dropped a little bit. We dropped to 14% on our crosses, but that's fine. I mean, we got no chance at hitting the target because of how many shots we take. So, I mean, second in the league in scoring, first in the league in goals allowed. So, that's a recipe for success right there. We can look at player stats, hopefully, at some point. Yeah, player stats. Goal scorer, Jimenez, kind of figured that. He was the leading goal scorer all season long. He's got 21 on the season. Smolov, Gonçalves, Medina. I mean, the guys who are at the top of the list. There's Kamara, though. He's up there. Guys at the top of the list have been there all season long. Most assists, though, Sonora jumps up, tied with Jefferson Severino of RSL with 11 assists on the season. Outstanding. Most distance run, Crispum coming in at a cool second place, 8.3 miles per game. Most key tackles, interesting, we're number 1 tackling team in the league, but no individual necessarily stood out above anyone else. Least conceded, Zach Steffen, 17 goals allowed in 20 appearances, so he didn't even play that many games this year. Still only allowed 17 goals. Half his games were shutouts. 10 shutouts of his 20 appearances. That's pretty good. That is definitely pretty good. 7th. Wait. What? Yeah. I mean, that's good enough for 7th in the league in shutouts. Okay. McDermott, Sean Johnson, even though Sean Johnson was injured for much of the season as well. Kiko dropped a little bit. I mean, he is getting pretty old. He's 35 years old. So Kiko is starting to slide down the list. Tackles, Philippe, that's, to be expected. Defensive midfielder, doing his thing. He still only started 15 games this season. We have to get him more games. Most dribbles, who cares? Most key passes, Ladero, 49 key passes. Best at hitting the target, Rudias. That makes sense. Top goal scorer, Jimenez. So, wait. Different people. It's different people. Rudias from Seattle. Okay, it's time to end this episode. We have won the league, and there's nothing else really to talk about. So, we'll come back for the second round of the playoffs because we do not have to play in the first round. So, until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.